Hello guys and welcome back. So I have the sources cached, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to import them into the new system. So let me increase the sphere a bit, yeah, something like that. And we're going to use this as the density, and we'll see what's going to happen. So let's reset this. Let's dive inside. And we don't need any of that, so we're not going to copy the source into the divergence anymore, because that makes sense for the tendrils technique, and these two I'm not going to use as well. So let's connect them here. Let's connect them here just as a backup, and let's create a fluid source volume, sorry, and let's import that density sphere. Awesome. And let's remove the ground. I want the full sphere, and let's change this. Okay, I'm not using the tracking, so that's okay. And the next thing, we need one of the pump forces, so I'm gonna add a merge node. Let's import the spike, the normal one, and we're gonna set it to pump. And let's make sure this is set as a source smoke as well. And I don't need this. I don't need this sphere to be always there, so I'm gonna use it for let's say 6 frames, so $f less than 6, 5 frames. It's only going to be present for that amount of frames. And then let's increase this to account for the left and right spikes. And let's increase this to 4, and let's see what happens. Week 6, new emission. Let's hit play. Cool, but we have all that crazy forces applied and all that stuff, so I'm gonna turn all that off. Perfect. And actually this method that I'm showing you guys is probably the best method for injecting fluids or creating any fast expansion. So for example, you have a gun, or you have a rocket that hit the ground, or you have any kinds of emission. This is the technique I would use. Now, we haven't done anything yet, and we have something that looks like a gun. Now, the density that we have coming from the source is really low compared to the previous one, so I'm going to increase that by 10, and let's see what we get. Cool. Okay. And the other main advantage of this method is that it doesn't require any substepping. Even though we have substepping in the solver happening now, we don't need on any of that. We can have even crazy velocity, and it's not going to create any gaps, and this is the beauty of this technique. Perfect. And now the only thing is, look at how rich the initial shape is, and pretty much there is no way that you're going to be able to create this within the solver without causing a lot of damage. And look at how fast it happens. 1, 2, 3, 4 pretty much, and you have a very interesting source happening. Okay, now I like this. I'm gonna keep it at 10. I'm gonna add that other random guy. So let's see what's gonna happen. It's not very visible. So let's increase this to 25. And now remember that the source is actually going up to, I think, 12. So I'm going to emit the density for 9 frames, and then I'm going to increase the density to 25 on the sphere. This is just multiplying the density value. And remember, this density value is also used in this guy, so it's going to change quite a few things for it to go from 1 to 25. Cool. Okay. And we have already our explosion that looks much more interesting than what you can get even from the pyro combustion model with just this technique. Okay, let's add our stuff back again. So this guy, and remember we had some crazy animation going. I'm gonna remove that because that's not how we're gonna add details. So I'm gonna delete all these, and then let's leave that as it is. Let's leave everything the same and just turn off the expansion, the animation. Yeah, it is. It's gonna go up super fast. Okay, let's see how it looks and what we're going to do about this. Let's take a look at the temperature. Yeah, it's really hot. So, yep. So let's go back. Let's reduce the buoyancy to 4. And then let's see what we can do. This guy, let's clamp it from 0 to 10 instead. Could also be the density here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clamp the density as well. Maybe 10. Yeah. I think the sphere is emitting for too long. It's expanding now. Too much expansion. Okay, cool. It's getting there. So I'm gonna do a couple more tweaks, and then we'll probably continue if we don't have a good solution yet. So I'm gonna call this temperature addition. And then div add, and let's take a look at this animation. So here I don't want it to start afterward. I want it to I want the expansion to start from frame 0. So here let's set this to 0.1 at frame 0, and I want the fall off to be linear. I don't want any, actually let's make it curved here and then linear or exponential. Yeah, let's have it run higher for a longer period of time and then dies quickly or smoothly. Let's hit play. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off the emission. So I think 5 frames a minute emission is going to be enough. So less than 6. Okay. And let's display the temperature because I turned that off. Set it to 10. Cool. I think it's working. Yeah. A few more tweaks and we'll get something interesting. Let's go to the salt level. Let's take a look at the temperature. This gives us a good idea of what's happening. Cool. So see how fast the first expansion happens? 1, 2, 3. And then we're into the explosion land, and it's very, very interesting shapes that we're creating. Okay, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to lower the overall temperature, which is here. This guy, I'm gonna set this to 1. I'm also going to lower the buoyancy to 2. And let's increase the cooling rate to 0.6. We could do, yeah, let's change this a tiny bit. And let's increase the pump. I want to see it even faster. See that second blast there? That's from the second impact happening. And look at this shape, the silhouette. It happened only in 9 frames, which is really, really hard to do. If you were to explore any kind of expansion with the Pyrosolver in Houdini, you're not going to be able to get from a sphere up to, in 10 frames, that interesting shapes. Okay, cool. I think it's working now. Yep. Very cool. So look at this volume, look at how much details we have, and we're still, how much are we in? Look at how it's a very low res sim and we have a lot of crazy details already. I think that the clamping of the temperature of the density multiplier multiplying the velocity is really high. I would still want to get some noise here, but I think it's good. It's a very good start, definitely. And how much? We're only 12 minutes in tweaking this. Change this to 50. It's too much. 150. Okay. And I'm gonna preview it and see, play it in real time because it's very important to see it at full speed. Cool. It's quick, so let's wait for it. See that second blast there? That's from the second impact, and we can still time them. Now, it looks like we have a very strong dissipation or something happening, but I want to get more volume going upward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel this, and actually I'm going to increase this to 4. I want it to go up higher, and I'm going to set this to 0.2, and I'm going to lower this, which is very dangerous. I'm also going to increase the gradient multiplier. Okay. We can also add some expansion. I think it can expand even more. So here, let's set this to 0.2, probably too high, but it's fine. Set this to 35. Let's lower this 0.05. And the other thing, this guy, I think, no, the density, this guy. So I think we're subtracting too much, so I'm going to set that to 0.1. And let's increase this to 2. Let's check the settings, that's fine. Let's increase the multi-grid projection. to 2, and I'm going to hit play, and then we'll continue in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in a bit.